Hi, I'm Travis,
And I'm Greg,
and you're listening to Building Blank.
a collaborative world building podcast.
And today, we're talking about holidays and festivals. All right, happy holidays, Greg.
Yeah, thanks. Happy holidays, Travis.
And happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to anyone who's listening, or whatever holiday you are celebrating, whenever you're listening to this. We just hope that everyone stays safe in this trying time and celebrate the best you can with whatever restrictions you have. And just be safe and enjoy. And with that, I think we're going to dive into it.
Yeah, we're just going to talk about some holidays, right? So, Travis, why is it important to include holidays in your world?
Well, that's a good question. And beyond the fact that holidays are kind of fun to dream up, they're also an excuse for a day off, for a celebration, a feast, or a better way to expand upon your culture. Kind of think about like what holidays offer us, like in real life. They're a reason to gather with friends and family, reason to go out on a date, reason to remember those that you've loved and lost, reason to take a day off to rest, and a good excuse to drink or throw a mattress sale.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I just think that having them included is a nice like refresher, and every culture in the real world has holidays of some kind. So why doesn't your fictional world?
Yeah. I like holidays because they kind of keep track of the time, right?
Yeah, it helps with that too.
Yeah, so you can just divide it up by like, okay, I got a couple months until this is happening.
Mm-hmm. Gives you like a date marker to look forward to.
Yeah, because like,
so is it a celebration of a god? Is it of a prophet or a saint? Is the holiday celebrating the creation myth of your world? When we're talking about these, some real world examples include Christmas, Hanukkah, Easter. There's hundreds of them, of course.
yeah. And then just as many, or if not more, fictional just variations of that, right?
Yeah. So we'll talk about fictional holidays in a little bit. But what I did find is there's not a lot that are not just Christmas or etc. ported over. But moving on, you can also have like a memorial holiday. So holidays that celebrate a leader or a hero or soldiers from the past. So real world examples in Canada here, we have Victoria Day, celebrating Queen Victoria, or Remembrance Day, celebrating the troops from World War I and all veterans.
Yeah. Okay. Just remembering.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then you got a couple more?
Yeah. So this next one, there was actually two that kind of like mushed together because they're pretty much the same thing. Reading descriptions, victory in war or independence-based holidays. So celebration dedicated to a victory in a conflict or obtaining freedom from slavery or oppression.
Yeah, that makes sense because like independence is just a different kind of victory, right?
Yeah, like when I was reading and doing research, they were like pretty much describing the same thing. So I put like, for examples, Independence Day in the US or Passover.
Yeah, okay.
They're both good examples of that. And then you come to seasonal holidays. So celebrations dedicated to the seasons and the changing of the seasons. Harvest, planting, fertility, hunting, hibernation. Things like this are like Yule, Thanksgiving, celebrating the solstices and or equinoxes.
Yeah. Would you say these are probably like the most common?
Yes and no. I find that like, and then my next note is that any of these can be mixed together, of course. Like,
right.
I find a lot of seasonal holidays are mixed with religious holidays.
Yeah. Well, because they kind of took them over, didn't they?
Pretty much. With that, yeah. So, like, you can have a religious holiday that's also a memorial holiday, right? If it's, for example, if you're the founder of your country in the world that you're building is also a religious figure like Talos from Elder Scrolls.
Right.
Right. He was a Nord in life and then ascended to godhood. I don't know if there's an actual holiday for that. I couldn't find any, but that's one example that you could use.
Yeah, like they're already having a celebration on one of these solstices or equinoxes, and then they just like repurpose it, kind of. Is that what you mean?
Or the, say for example, the summer solstice is innately tied to like a sun god.
Okay, yeah,
right, a holy day of the
sense.
sun god, right, something like that. It doesn't need to be, it could be like in real life. A lot of pagan holidays were taken over by Christian faith, and like, oh no, you guys are celebrating Christ now instead of the season. I'm not going to get into specifics, but yeah, so there's just so many ways you can mix and match all these types.
Yeah, and then I guess that kind of goes to the next question I would have for you, would be like celebrating them, right? Like,
yeah,
how are they celebrated?
So there's infinite possibilities here, but I've made a short list, and any of these can be used in combination with any or all of the others. So pretty standard, you have feasts, get together, lots of food, merriment. Carnivals or festivals, sounds like a good one. For example, the Icelandic in Gimli, where we grew up, is a cultural festival for the Icelanders that landed here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. You can celebrate a holiday by having a special hunt, whether it's real or symbolical. So, like Easter, you hunt Easter eggs.
Yeah, I really like that, because when you like said that, I was thinking like hunting animals, obviously.
Well, you can, like, maybe you're celebrating some special day for a god of the hunt or a huntress goddess, and you do an actual hunt. Who knows, right? It's your world. You can do whatever, right? Or maybe, say, for this huntress goddess, you go for a hunt and then you have a feast for whichever you catch, right?
Yeah.
Again, like any of these can be used in combination. And then, of course, religious ceremony. Is there a like a sermon or like a sacrifice or something that needs to be done? Does your go ahead?
I immediately thought of the Aztecs doing their human sacrifices.
Oh, I was thinking about the Egyptians doing like sacrificing bulls and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why I went there.
Either way, maybe that's like the culture that you're making a holiday for in your world, is sacrificing people. Who knows?
Yeah, sure.
Or like personal or family traditions. Maybe in your story, the specific clan or family has like specific things that they do every year, because everyone has family traditions, right?
Yeah, and yeah, maybe there isn't any holidays in your world, but then the people still have them, or like they're like oppressed or something.
Who knows? Yeah. And personal and family traditions are a good source of inspiration for a lot of these. Like, you can make an entire holiday based on like your family's Christmas tradition, right? It has nothing to do with anything else.
Yeah, kind of just like write what you know.
Yeah, exactly. I have a couple more here. Competitions. So maybe there is a yearly gladiatorial combat, or even like an arm wrestling contest every year. Or like, it doesn't have to be, this grand thing. It could be, this specific village off the beaten path does like a hay bale toss every fall.
Yeah. I think that's where I get like caught up in a lot of my stuff. It's like, I always think it's got to be huge.
Yeah.
Sometimes like less is more.
Stuff like, I think of like the Highland Games for stuff like that. And of course, music. Probably going to be intertwined with any and all of these.
Yeah. And I mean, we still have that, right? Like Halloween comes around, we got our Halloween music.
Yeah, Christmas music
comes around, we got our Christmas music.
I can't think of any Easter music.
Well, I mean, there's like hymns and stuff. Like
Yeah,
if you want to go religious, but
I'm not super religious, and we never were growing up, but
yeah,
yeah, but of course there's like, music involved. And that brings us to like things to think about when you're designing your holidays.
okay,
Is like, what kind of music is being played? Are there specific songs? Are there hymns?
yeah. Like, what's the mood? Kind of
Yeah.
maybe specific instruments.
What kind of decorations get put up? Right? Like for a harvest festival, it's very common for like fall leaf type colors, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Maybe in your world they put up blue and green. What kind of food are you eating? Standard, right? Like, is it a Thanksgiving turkey or a Christmas ham? Right? For examples.
Yeah, or even like sweets
Yeah.
on Halloween.
Yeah, exactly. Or are there any kind of common superstitions?
Wow, I think I should keep a jack-o'-lantern.
For example, Christmas.
Yeah, so like we got the days you can do it on, then kind of like the things you can do on those days or
Yeah.
why, then some of the fluff, and then I don't know, like what are some examples, I guess, of some
So
of these made up.
when I was looking for doing the research for this, there wasn't a lot of actual like fictional holiday examples that I could find. But I got a short list here. Life Day from Star Wars is basically a Christmas copy paste.
Yeah.
It was for the Star Wars Christmas special.
Yeah, and like what would you mean by superstitions as opposed to like religion?
So like,
because some people might argue that that's superstitious.
for example, Halloween. The reason you put pumpkin, like jack-o'-lanterns, out on Halloween is to keep the ghosts from coming into your house. In The Hobbit, on the Lonely Mountain,
Oh,
the last
right,
Durin's
obviously.
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unification Day from Firefly. It's when the core worlds defeated the Independents. I don't remember.
So it's like
the specific kissing on the mistletoe. Right?
Okay.
Maybe there's a superstition that if you don't, you have bad luck.
Well, it's kind of like wearing green on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. So just like little kind of things.
Maybe something like that is part of your holiday. It's just something to think about. I mean, you don't have to include it, of course. You don't have to include any of this. Yeah. You don't have to listen to us at all. But these are just general guidelines, I think.
Yeah. So these are kind of like the decorations, really kind of like the last thing to put on your
the fluff, the flavor.
Holiday.
Just kind of like something to think about. Like maybe you're building this holiday because you thought of a cool superstition, but like, why are we doing this? And you're going from there, right? You can start at any of these points and build out from there.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. And then it's also featured in the Lego Star Wars Christmas special, which is actually very good.
Really?
Yeah. We watched it last week, I think, on Disney Plus, and it's very good.
Okay. Maybe I have to check it out.
Yeah. So other examples are Durin's Day from Lord of the Rings. There's not a lot of information that I could find specifically, but it's the Dwarven New Year. And it's when the door was revealed.
All year round?
Yeah, I agree. I am terrified of ghosts. But yeah, so for example, something like that, right? Names at the moment, they're escaping me, but it's like the reverse of Independence Day.
Oh, it's like they went back to.
It's like the big guy, like it's like almost as if the Empire reabsorbed the rebels.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
Yeah, basically marking the day that the independent systems fell, right?
Yeah, which would make sense. They would celebrate that probably, right?
Yeah. And then Witcher's Crest from Critical Role is again another solstice / Christmas lift. I don't know a lot about the specific lore on it, but I know it's like I think it's on the solstice.
And that's basically like a Christmas, or
I think so. It's similar.
Yeah.
Or their version of.
I just thought of one.
Okay.
There's the reaping, I think it's called, for the Hunger Games.
Okay, yeah, that would be a holiday technically.
Well, because it's kind of like that Unification Day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're doing it to remember, like that another rebellion doesn't happen. So it's like an eternal punishment. Well, not eternal, but like it's kind of like a punishment too, and a remembrance.
Mm-hmm. You used to like put down the populace, right?
Yeah, and then I mean, 3 books based on that whole one ceremony, basically, or
yeah.
Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So with that in mind, what would you like? Do you have any holidays in your world?
I have a couple, yeah. So I have 2. One is my version of Halloween, which is the Lantern Festival. And it's
Right.
similar to like Day of the Dead, where the people light lanterns and to help guide the spirits of those that they've lost to the afterlife.
Okay, yeah. So similar kind of themes going on there.
Yeah, so it happens in the late, my equivalent to October.
Okay, and then like, how did you kind of go about making that one?
That one was, I had an idea for a one shot, and I kind of used that. Do you remember the first Halloween one shot that you ever did with me, where you guys went into
Like,
the Feywild?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, that was that. It was the Lantern Festival, and basically these like, this kid went missing, and some of the lanterns went missing, and you had to go and retrieve them.
No, that was fun. I always like those ones where we go to the Feywild.
Yeah, after the harvest festivals. I have a second one called Hawk Arak.
Okay.
It's the Orcish holy day. It's like a midsummer festival, and it is basically based on my experience going to music festivals.
Okay.
So it's in the middle of the desert. There's bards and bands and food and culture just everywhere for like a week. Then they do a big ceremony at the end, and then all the bands like disperse after that.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah, you had fun.
Yeah, good old.
Do you have do you have any?
Well, I was trying to think, and because like I didn't really have any, but I kind of have one, I guess, for my people that I'm like making. They have a thing where they go to like get kind of like trained, I guess.
Okay.
And then they have to pass like a coming of age sort of thing.
Okay.
And then when they come back to like the capital.
It's all just stuff, right?
Yeah, it's all just stuff.
Yeah. Just a big pile of stuff. All right. So how would you go about building a festival, Greg?
Yeah. I'm not too sure. Like, as a festival, like, you're not talking about like
or a
this
holiday,
claiming ceremony. Yeah. Okay. I don't really got a way of going about it. Do you have a way of going about it?
So I basically think of one thing that they do first, right? Like for the Lantern Festival, it is the lighting of the lanterns, and then everything else around it gets built out from there. So they put up decorations like like the lanterns themselves, right?
Right.
Maybe they put up banners. And from there, like, do they have a feast after or during or before? Is there like
they get like claimed by their family members?
Okay.
So like they're kind of like raised almost communally.
Okay.
Like they don't have any parents per se. It's kind of like if you don't like your kid, you don't have to claim them.
Okay.
So it's just like it's an honor, but it's like an official coming of age, right? It's like, okay, you are now this person, and you're claimed by your parents or whoever, because it might, like, your parents might be dead in that situation. So then it claimed by a family member, but now they're officially your father, kind of thing, like,
okay,
or your mother.
Okay.
And then Yeah, then if you don't get claimed, then it's like there's different jobs that you can get based on basically how you get picked.
Kind of like a caste system.
Yeah, kind of, but based on like merit, right?
Okay.
Like based on how well they do.
Like you spend the first bit of your life doing whatever, you do this thing, and based on that, you get sorted into a caste.
Yeah, that's a good summary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. I had completely missed coming of age stuff in my types. Not something I had thought of, but that's another good one that you guys can use. Either like a religious ceremony or something, and you go from there. So for Hawk or Rock, or in the common tongue, Burning Orc.
Nice, Burning Orc.
Yeah. So basically, there's like the ceremony, and then build out from there. There's like a week long of festivals and food and sharing of cultures and dancing and music, right? I have another one that's just like a harvest festival, right? Where, end of harvest, there's just a big feast, right? And you could use as many or as few of any of this stuff. But I always like pick something or an idea that I kind of want to like expand on and go from there.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's good advice for sure.
Yeah.
Like what's the core of it? What are you?
Yeah. What's the main attraction?
Yeah.
I do have another one that I just thought of actually. Do you remember the Crucible?
Yeah.
So in my one city, Razancourt, they have a gladiatorial tournament. And there was like a festival going on around it, and leading up to it. But you guys kind of skipped through that bit.
Yeah, it was almost kind of like Mardi Gras, wasn't it?
Kinda, basically.
Or no, was that the Burning Orc?
That was kind of.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, both are kind of like that. Burning Orc is more of like a music festival, whereas like, yeah, it would be more like Mardi Gras is the Crucible.
Just with gladiators.
Yeah. Like the games, right? The great games in Rome.
Yeah,
is what that was based on. But yeah, so with that, I think what we're going to do after the break, we're going to try to build one.
Okay, cool. I'm excited. Sounds good.
All right. See you guys after the break. All right. I have filled up my water cup. And I think I'm ready to take a little break here. How about you, Greg?
I can go for a break.
Yeah. So while we're taking a break, I just want to tell you guys, again, happy holidays. But I wanted to say that we have a Discord server now. If you guys want to come hang out with us, we're going to be playing some games over the next couple weeks. I think we're looking at playing Among Us a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, and if anyone would like to join us, link in the description for our Discord server. Yeah, come hang out, talk world building, share memes, say hi, play games. That's kind of the plan with that. We just want to like have a space where, we can chit chat freely in real time with people. Maybe hang out,
Yeah, especially nowadays, right? Like virtually.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's a great way to do that. So yeah, if anyone would like to hop on into our Discord server, the link will be in the description of the video, and you can also find it on our socials.
Yeah, or even if you have questions to ask.
Yeah, or comments, or if we miss something, it's another great way to get a hold of us.
Yeah. Then what else we got going on?
We are still uploading our videos to YouTube. Again, it is it's being slow because my computer does not like the work.
Oh, I just remembered something. So I'm working on that dwarf language, remember?
Okay, yeah.
We talked about that. So what I was thinking was I'm having trouble narrowing it down.
Okay.
But I was thinking maybe I'll get like 3 or 5 different language choices for the dwarves, and then just see what everybody thinks and which ones
And we'll do like a vote.
Yeah, like which one should be the language, and if maybe nobody likes them, and we'll just pick a new one. But
all right. That sounds like a good plan. So yeah, if you guys want to talk to us about that or get a hold of us, you can in the Discord server, or you can hit us up on Facebook, Building Blank Collaborative World Building Podcast. You can find our Instagram, Building Blank Podcast, or you can always email us, buildingblankpodcast@gmail.com. Right. Was there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I guess we'll just go and build that that festival or that holiday.
All right. And with that, we'll get back to the show. And welcome back.
Right on. Good to be here.
All right. So today we are going to build a holiday.
Yeah. So
do you have any ideas of where you want to start?
Oh, I was just going to ask you that. I was kind of thinking, like, as we were going through it, just like some of the things that like stood out.
Yeah.
I think like my favorite ones are a celebration of a god or a prophet.
Okay.
And I'm more just like thinking about the orcs there.
Yeah. Or
like kind of like a Talos sort of thing.
Okay.
So like, yeah, maybe not a. Anyway, and then I also like the hunting ones, I think.
Okay.
How about you? What were some of the ones you
liked? I was thinking is we have Delta City, which has 3 cultures merged into like one unit, basically, right? Mm-hmm. What I was thinking is what we could do is have a holiday celebrating the founding of the city.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And what I was thinking is maybe way back ancient times, or maybe not so much ancient, who knows. There were 3 heroes.
Oh.
1 dwarven, 1 human, 1 orcish, who came together to fight some type of evil.
I like that.
Okay.
I really like that.
And I was thinking what we could do is have them like have some kind of battle on this, like at the Delta, and then like build their city here.
Yeah, I think that's a great start. So I think that sounds really good.
Yeah.
So where do you think we would start from there? Okay, so say we got our concept now.
Okay.
What do you think the next step would be?
All right. So how do they celebrate?
How do they celebrate? Well, if it's like an independence or a memorial kind of thing, right? We can look to those first.
Yeah.
For inspiration.
Maybe the people of the city hold like some kind of grand feast.
Yeah. Do you think like how would they remember it specifically? You know.
What do you mean?
Like I'm thinking, do they maybe have people like, do they reenact it kind of thing? Or like, even if maybe not like super physically, but like symbolically.
Okay. So somehow. Like they hold some kind of play.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. That would kind of that could work. And then like I feel like somehow they would have to obviously symbolize the 3 coming together. So I don't know, would they actually have a representative from each?
Yeah.
Filling that symbolic
the roles?
Roles, yeah.
Or maybe I have an idea. Instead of a play, maybe they cart in some kind of monster or beast or something into the Acropolis / arena or something.
Okay. What if somebody dies though?
That's kind of the risk, right? But
that's what makes it fun.
Well, like realistically, in actual like Rome, gladiators very rarely actually died.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. They were like, because it's bad business for your guy to die, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So actual gladiator fights are not like what you see on TV. They were like very more much more tame. When they're like killing prisoners and stuff, sure. Or they'd like fight beasts and stuff. But like, the lions that they're carting in are starved. It's weak and starved, really. And there's usually more than one guy.
That's true. So it's basically kind of like wrestling.
Kind of. Very, very similar how it would have been. Well, they're not very tough. It's all fake. I could take them.
Yeah. So, okay, I like that. 3 of them coming together, versing this thing. So yeah, it'd be really rare to have somebody die probably then.
Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe they have like some kind of like dire boar. I'm picturing a boar for some reason, but like a really big boar that they like capture out in the wilds and bring in to do this with a crowd.
From the Iron Tree Forest, maybe?
Maybe.
Just this big freaking almost monstrous boar.
And then they like do this show, kill the boar, of course, and then like cook it and have a feast.
I like it. So, yeah, that wouldn't be a special hunt. That would be a carnival.
Yeah, I'm thinking more along the lines of a carnival, unless you include the hunting of the boar, like to capture it.
Yeah, that'd be kind of hard, though.
No, I would think it's more probably done behind the scenes.
Yeah,
done ahead of time.
Yeah, for some reason now I'm just thinking about the running with the bulls.
Okay.
I have no idea why they do that.
I don't know. It's
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Then we do the ceremony and all that after.
Yeah. And then like a feast. Maybe what kind of, well, obviously they'd be eating the boar, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of decorations would they put up?
Maybe it's just like the triangle.
Yeah, some triangle banners.
Like the way we kind of use a star in Christmas, maybe.
Okay.
Because I don't want to just like blatantly rip off the Triforce, but I mean, it's kind of a cool symbol.
Yeah. And it has been used like long before.
Yeah. Like maybe it's not the actual like the triangle within the triangle, but just like the delta symbol. Because I mean, it's still a triangle. It still represents 3.
Yeah, they put up banners and flags.
Oh, something we didn't do. We didn't figure out what time of the year this is.
That's a good call.
And like, maybe it's over an old. I don't know. I was gonna say maybe it's over an old, like one of the old, maybe more pagan ones, and then they like repurposed it, or it's actually like an anniversary.
That's what I was thinking of the city's founding, right? Of this great battle.
I mean, just based off of our holidays and stuff, like we got our memorial and kind of our Thanksgiving all around in the fall time, right? Mm-hmm. So I would just kind of sounds more like a fall festival, especially with the like the ceremonial killing of the
fall or early winter.
Yeah, like somewhere between like October and November. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say the 16th day of the 11th month.
Okay, sure.
Whatever that works out to be.
Yeah, and I think we'll make up some of the names for the months, eh?
Yeah, well, we'll get there. We'll have to do a whole episode on calendars and time.
Do you have any ideas, like right off the top of your head?
Not yet. I was hoping to see what you thought.
3 heroes.
The Tri-Wizard Tournament. No, I'm joking.
Tri-Wizard Tournament Day. That's kind of like a holiday, almost, right?
Kind of, yeah.
It kind of sounds like Unification Day, almost.
Yeah, kind of. I don't want to rip that off, though.
No, I know, but I mean, just like something along the lines of Unity or something, like just to get the ball rolling,
Unity Day.
Or like Trinity.
Trinity Day. Delta. Trinity Day. I like that. Trinity. Yeah, I like that. Trinity. But
yeah,
what is this festival called? It's another good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. Okay, so yeah, because I feel like with that name, it just wouldn't be Like it might not even be day. It might just be called like Trinity, like the way we say like, oh, Christmas or Halloween, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Trinity. I like that. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. And I mean, if we think of a better one down the road, we can obviously always change it.
Trinity
And
Festival.
then there would be like the Trinity Feast and
Okay.
all
Yeah,
these
I
things.
like Trinity. I like that. It's simple, it's concise.
Yeah, then I feel like they would ceremonially butcher the boar into some sort of three, and then eat it together or something.
And like there's probably smaller celebrate, like I don't think everyone in the city could go to this one celebration, right? But there's probably smaller ones in each of the districts going on at the same time, whereas like they just they slaughter regular boars and do that for a for their section, right?
Yeah, like after the three heroes defeat this boar, then they're going to eat it. Maybe they're sitting at like a special table together, kind of like the heroes table or the high table, and then that's kind of like the main attraction.
Yeah,
and then a bunch of little feasts going on
all over the city because like there's not enough for the whole city, of course, at the one thing. But yeah, you get your ticket for the main event, but then there's like probably 3 or 4 in each district or more yet, depending, right? Maybe if you don't want to go to one of the like communal ones, you just cook a ham at home or whatever for your family.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be like if you had one at your home and you were like a human, then you'd almost be like obligated to invite an orc and a dwarf.
Yeah, or like your neighbors at least.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like I like it.
Okay, yeah, I like it. Maybe if you're doing it at your home, your the custom is to invite 2 of your neighbors families. I mean, whatever they are, right? So there's 3 families sharing one meal.
Yeah.
No matter
so it's not
what the composition is, of course, because I don't think you'd invite a stranger, but like your neighbor maybe, right?
Yeah, maybe people are kind of snooty about it.
Maybe some are, maybe some aren't.
Yeah, like I mean, maybe some people are like, "Oh, we gotta have like the 3 people. And it's got to be this way." Like how some people get real psyched up over holidays.
Yeah,
it's got to be done properly.
And then, others are like, you know what? The more the merrier. Anyone who wants to come over, come over.
Yeah, and it's just like it's kind of like just a day off, and we're gonna eat and have fun, and
yeah, exactly. All right, I like that. That's it's good celebration in the Delta City. All right.
Yeah, Trinity.
Cool. Is there any? There'll probably be specific music that they do. Probably bardic tales of this event, right?
Yeah, definitely some retelling of the original story.
Yeah. Maybe a superstition could be when you knock on your neighbor's door, you have to knock 3 times.
Ooh, knocking 3 times. I like that.
Yeah, or something like that.
Something to do with knocking 3 times. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is good.
I like those little superstitions. That's kind of like the little cherry on top after everything, eh?
Yeah, it's just a nice little piece of fluff that kind of makes it feel more real, I think.
Like something you'd be like, oh, I could see real people doing that.
Yeah, and it's not something that like I think people think about that they do.
Yeah.
Because like I know when we were discussing it in the first part, you weren't sure what I was talking about till I laid out some examples, right?
Yeah, and then and some people would follow them more than others, right? Like the pinching someone if they're not wearing green.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like I know there's some people that just don't even do it, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, I don't do it since now that I'm not in school anymore or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But some people are really crazy about it.
Yeah, and I think that's good. I like this. I think it works well. And I think we are good to go for our weekly inspiration. And what inspired you this week, Greg?
Okay, well, I was inspired about while we were thinking about our orcs.
Okay.
And thinking about the iron trees a bit, and also kind of about, like, remember how we were talking about the iron being more of a rarity in those areas?
Okay.
I was kind of thinking, like, maybe this iron tree is like super hard and has been used in place of the iron. Like,
Okay.
the area has been like that's what people were using iron for. But anyway, what I was kind of thinking was, like, maybe all the orc weapons were made out of this wood. And so there'd be like an ironwood staff,
Okay.
an ironwood bow that would be just like super deadly, right? Kind of like
Yeah.
an English longbow on like steroids.
Okay.
And I was kind of thinking, like, almost like the Aztecs, right? Like, they didn't have any iron either.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like maybe all their weapons are just kind of like clubs and stuff. And they maybe even look down on bladed weapons.
Or, hear me out.
Okay.
What if they made bladed weapons out of this stuff?
Oh, like it's that tough.
Yeah.
I like it.
Right?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't want to interject in your idea, but yeah, I just thought of that when you were talking.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Like the main core of that, or the seed of that inspiration was just like ironwood weapons, basically.
Okay.
And just like kind of like ebony almost. Like, I just imagine it real dark and super hard.
Okay, I like it. Make some sick armor out of it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay. So what inspired you this week, Travis?
So I'm rewatching Star Wars The Clone Wars.
Nice.
And I was watching and there's a lot of good like stories in there. And I thought of a campaign, like the start of a campaign.
Okay.
Basically, I don't know if I'm ever going to use it, but basically being like similar to the plot of like the Clone Wars movie, where it's basically like two factions kind of fighting over a target and like playing up each other to like a third faction.
Okay. What would those factions be?
Well, probably the Empire being in a war with Mayanaka.
Oh, right.
And trying to like gain the favor of Raz and Kor.
Okay. Yeah, because they'd be the middle.
Yeah, they're kind of like in between, and like they control the ocean in a section there, right?
Right.
I mean, loosely based, but like I thought of that might be a good whether it's a campaign start or just like a specific adventure, because I do plan on those two countries going to war at some point. Spoilers for you. I think you already knew that.
You kind of alluded to it, but you never outright said anything.
Okay.
You kept warning us, like, "Oh, you sure you want to do that? Because you guys are, like, you got the Legion colors. You know, I might start a war. I don't
know." Yeah. Well, I was kind of hoping you guys would.
Yeah, that makes more sense now.
Yeah. But yeah, so I thought like, that might be a cool mission. Whether or not you guys use your current characters for that, or a new set later on, I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking about doing that in a different, like, wholly different campaign.
Okay, like you're already starting the next one kind of thing.
Yeah, because like we're actually like where we left off. We're kind of coming to the end of what I had planned for these characters. You guys are what, level 16?
I think so. Yeah.
Something like that, and which is pretty end game.
I'm just looking forward to the lockdown being over.
Yeah, getting back to it.
Yeah, but all in due time, right?
Of course, yeah. And with that, I think we can pretty much call it. Yeah. So again, I just want to wish everyone a happy holidays, whatever holiday you guys celebrate. And if we missed anything or you have any suggestions, you could always hit us up on Facebook, Building Blank, a collaborative world building podcast. You can hit us up on Instagram, Building Blank Podcast, or you can always send us an email, buildingblankpodcast@gmail.com. We also have a Discord server. The link is going to be in the description and also on our Facebook page and Instagram. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Greg?
Oh, well, just like happy holidays to you too, Travis.
Well, thank you. And